I'd like to call the Caryville Mayor and Board of Aldermen to order. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Peabley.
Here.
Mr. Eric Jones.
Here.
Ms. Beth Lawson. Here. Mr. Ward Lawson.
Here.
Mayor Stooksbury.
Here. Mr. Kitts, would you say our opening prayer for us, please, sir?
Dear Heavenly Father, as we bow in your presence, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the many blessings of life and liberties you give us, dear God, to worship you, to go with us, lead, guide, and direct each function that the city may have to perform. And these favors we ask in your name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
All right. Everybody got a copy of the January minutes? A few minutes to look through them. Yes, he did. All right, has everybody had a chance to look at their motion to approve the minutes as presented?
I'll make the motion. Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Citizens input. Anybody have anything to input? Going once, going twice? Okay. All right, communication from the mayor. I got a letter and also had a call from Mr. Wallace with CJUC, and I think the council members has a copy of the letter, and I think the press also. Peter, do you have a copy, sir? Okay. Is concerning this month's water bills. The long story short, CJUC turned the bills in as they always do. They went to the Jacksboro Post Office, and from Jacksboro Post Office, they have to go to Knoxville to come back. So they somehow or another in Knoxville, they got misplaced. The Postal Service in Knoxville did take credit, I guess you could call it credit or blame or whatever, for the snafu on the bills. Like I said, it's got all the documentations here where they did send them out on the 2nd of the month. They were sent out from Jacksboro. So the bills were late. I didn't get mine until Saturday morning. So there will be no late charge this month for the water bills per the attorney and everything for CJUC. That's just, one of those things that happens. But that's going to be taken care of, and like I said, no late fees. They don't foresee any problem again like that. But so everybody knows what happened. If your water bill was late, there's no late charge. Okay. Other than that, I think that's about all that I have that I can remember. Do you think anything else I forgot? No? Okay, we're good. All right, financial report. Ms. Parker.
As of January the 31st, 2017, our general fund had a balance of $620,451.70. Reserve for special fire protection fees was $84,715.33. Reserve for rainy day fund, $45,000. Reserve for the sanitation truck, $130,000. The adjusted general fund balance is $360,736.37. The State Street Aid Fund had a balance of $38,213.99. The Industrial Fund, $868.88. And the Drug Fund had a balance of $4,315.41. The revenue for the month of January was $114,258.45. The expenditures were $87,073.38, with a difference to the good of $27,185.07.
Thank you. And that's for January. That's outstanding for January. Because usually January, December, January, and February is our lean months.
I wonder why it was so
Well,
more busy.
I don't know if it's a blip or what. We'll know more this month.
Well, the weather's been warmer.
Yeah, more people travel. I don't tell you, Lord,
State revenue.
unless the TA,
Yeah.
unless the two new truck stops on the mountain has been that big of an increase. I don't know for sure. But like I said, we won't know if this is just like a blip. When we get this month's, and we'll get it here about another week and a half. We get this month's, we'll know if it's a trend.
I hope it's a trend.
I do too. Like I said, that's highly unusual, but I'm glad it's a good highly unusual, because usually it's the other way. So that's good, and we're at 51%, and we should be somewhere around almost 60%?
Yeah, close to 60.
Close to 60%, and overall we're at 51%. So we're doing, we're under budget right now, so everybody's doing a fantastic job. All right. Mr. Lawson? Oh, that's right, I'm sorry, excuse me. Hear a motion to approve the financial report.
I'll make a motion to approve financial report.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right. Now, Mr. Lawson.
Okay, the street and sanitation department monthly report, we picked up 57 tons of garbage, 2 tons of recycling, 2 tons of brush. The guys patched holes at the 141 twice this last month. Cleaned out the ditches on Mountain Road, Ivy Lane, Cove Circle. Cleaned up the old depot. Fixed shoulders on the road at Warren Street, cut dead trees at Asbury Park. Patched holes throughout the city, cut a lot of dead trees, falling across roadways. That's all I have.
And I know about the trees. I believe this has been the windiest
Yes, there was one
winter that I've ever seen.
from the cemetery onto my garage. Or actually, it was 2 of them.
Yeah, I know
There was several trees, and that Friday night, I think they had 2 or 3 big oak trees up there on the mountain.
yeah, that's what David told me. They were huge oaks.
Huge, yeah. Big
I mean,
trees.
that's the wind this winter has been just abnormally high.
Yes.
All right, Miss Beth, you mind do 2?
I got the library first. Let's see, we had 1,105 items checked out, 850 items checked in, 227 ebooks. They added 6 new people to the library. Let's see, items added to the library were 74 and they deleted 24. There was 358 computer users. Items loaned were 19, items borrowed was 15. They held 3 children's programs with 26 people attending. The total people that visited our library was 714. The IRS forms and booklets are at the library if anybody needs to get them.
That's fantastic.
It is.
Yes.
Yep. Robin, I'll say it to your face, because I'll say it behind your back several times. You do a fantastic job, and it just blows my mind how many people goes through that little library over there. It's just fantastic.
Thank you, Bobby.
It really
And if
is.
we were bigger, we could have a ton more, let me tell you.
It's just amazing how many people goes through that library. It really is. You do a great job. All right, Beth?
It is. I also have the police report. Let's see, they had 264 complaints, 13 arrests, 1 escort, 16 citations. They patrolled 9,079 miles, to 26 accidents. And that was the month of January.
That's it.
A lot of it.
All right. Mr. Jones, do you read the fire report, please, for Mr. Smith?
Had 2 auto accidents with injury, 7 men for 3 hours, 5 accidents without injury, 20 men, 6.5 hours, 1 vehicle fire, 3 men for half hour, a house fire without injury, 1 of those 3 men, hour and a half. Mutual aid received 1 time, given 1 time, 7 men, hour and a half. Had 3 fire alarms, 8 men, hour and a half. Standby for pyro shows, 2 men for half an hour. Landing zone for Lifestar had 5 men for 1 hour. Power lines down had 5 men for 2 hours. 17 calls, 60 men, 188 and a half man hours.
Busy month for fire department too. All right. Okay. Thank you for all that. All right, any old business? Anybody think of any old business? Yes, thank you. I knew there was something I was forgetting. The early warning system, it is it's installed and on the pole, but it's not, the wiring it's not been hooked up to the power yet. Mr. Hatmaker, could you elaborate where we are on that, sir?
The electric department didn't know who to send the bill to. That's why it wasn't hooked up yet.
Okay.
It has to be inspected by electrical inspector, and Pat and Eric took care of all that stuff, and hopefully, I ain't gonna say, but pretty soon it will be hooked up.
Okay.
Then after that, we'll have to contact the people that we bought it from, and they'll come up and do a test on it, make sure it's operating right. And after that, it'll be up and running.
Okay. All right, that was a project that former council member Vicki Heatherly spearheaded, and it was needed, and it's up there. And like I said, hopefully we'll get it up and operational here before. Hopefully never have to have it, but if we do, we'll have it. So, thank you, Ed. Thank you, Beth, for reminding me of that. Okay, new business. Ms. Denise Davis with Ingram, Overholt, and Bean, our auditors, present our audit report.
I did not get you a copy, I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am, go right ahead.
Are you a reporter also? Sorry, I didn't get you a copy.
Do you have one?
You have the floor.
Thank you very much. I'm actually Denise Holt now, but
Okay.
no problem. With Ingram, Overholt, and Bean, and I just want to thank you guys. I know I've talked to the mayor already and to Pat, but for having us as your auditors. This is a great audit, and I'll never give it up. So as long as I can, it's easy and clean. Pat did a fantastic job. I know you guys are going to have a hard time replacing her, so she's amazing. All right, I'm going to hit the highlights, but if you've already had a chance to look over, if you have any questions, just stop me and we will talk about it. Also, I'm call me anytime, like with our contract price, we don't charge if you call and have questions or need to know anything. Turn first, it's not got really a page number, it says independent auditors report. It's just about maybe 10 pages over. And I just want to draw your attention that this is called an unqualified opinion. It's the highest you can get. We didn't find anything, everything looked great, your financial statements are in great shape. And so it's just called a clean opinion. It means everything looks great on it. Turn next over to page 13. It's called the statement of net position. This is like your balance sheet. It shows you can see your total assets for the year. Ending June 30, 16 is $2,104,876. And then at the bottom, the total net position is $1,935,279. So it's really, really good position for this size of a city. And then turn to the next page, page 14. It's your statement of activities. This shows all, like this very first column says expenses. These are all the expenses of the city broken out by, the different, like State Street Aid and Sanitation, Public Works broken out. And then the revenues are broken out by if it's a grant or if you charge for it. And then down at the bottom are all your different taxes. So the number I want to draw your attention to is the change in net positions, 48,163. It's a positive number. That's great. It's really good. Means just basically you had more revenue than expenses for that. And this front part, it includes things like depreciation, things that are non-cash items. And so for you to put all that in there and still come out with a number like that is really good shape. Okay, now flip over to page 15. And this is the different funds. It's the balance sheet for the funds, but we don't include things like, your receivables and this because it's just the funds. You've got your funds broken up to your general, CDBG, State Street Aid. Then the non-major is your drug fund and your industrial development fund grouped together there. And you have total assets of that. Total governmental funds are your 216 of 773, 767. And then that balances to the bottom. Then page 17. This is the same thing, the governmental funds. And if you look kind of down at the bottom, it says revenues over expenditures under that 2016 column, 77,911. So you can see that goes up quite a bit because we're not including depreciation and different non-cash items in this. This goes kind of with your budget, which I do want to flip over real quick to page 19 and just show you like this is your general, all this is your general fund. Now this does show your budget. It shows your original budget, your final budget, your actual, and then we show a variance, whether you're like under or over for that line item. So flip all the way over to page 25. And what I want to show that you guys did a great job, because we always have to look at like your total expenses. Your final budget for your total expenses was $1,341,798, but your actual was $1,245,120. So you came in $96,678 for the year under budget. That's awesome. And then for your revenues over your expenses, if you look at the next line down, is $279,850, which is that's great. All right, last thing I wanted, the next part are notes. And literally the notes are kind of, we put in word form everything you see in number form. So we just have to reiterate it over and over and all the ways the state likes to see it. If you flip all the way over, it's going to be about page 58. It's a letter. It says Independent Auditor's Report on Internal Control. And your internal controls are really good. The mayor and I talked earlier just about different things like separation of duties, but you guys do a really good job of separating those as much as you can to be as small as you can. And on the page 60, it'll be your last page, there was one finding from the city. And the mayor and I talked about this too, and it is something that came in from the comptroller's office that for some reason most of our clients never received. I don't know why, just certain ones, but they want you to come up with an internal control policy. So we have to put it in here just because the comptroller said that you needed to have it by June 30th, 16, but I don't want you to worry about it or think it's a big deal because we'll put it in, we'll get it in place, take this out next year, but we've had to do it for all our clients because I don't know how the letter didn't make it to the cities, but it didn't, or our utilities didn't receive it either, so. But we just have to put that in there because they said we have to put it in there, so. Anyway, y'all have done a great job and the audit looks great. And if y'all have any questions, I know I kind of ran through it, but hit the highlights.
As long as everything's good.
Everything's great, yeah,
That's what we want to hear.
yes. And if I could get a vote, that would be great.
Okay. Do I hear a motion that we accept and approve the auditor's report?
I'll make the motion.
I'll say.
All right, we'll call roll on this and just be on the safe side.
Okay.
Call roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Peebly,
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones.
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson.
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson.
Yes.
Mayor Stewart.
Yes, motion carried.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Denise. Okay. Okay, council to approve road drive for Open Arms Ministry on Thursday, July 6th, 2017. With one caveat that they can only be there at Shoney's. That's the only place we can give them permission to. Okay, so it's always been. Do I hear a motion to that effect?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Discussion? Call roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Peebly.
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones.
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson.
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson.
Yes.
Mayor Stewart.
Yes, motion carries. Number 3, council to approve to bid out for the cutting of hay at the industrial park. This has been an ongoing thing every year for many years. Which would be a standard form, whatever. Okay. Do I hear a motion that we let out for bids to cut the hay?
I'll make the motion.
I said.
Take a picture.
Yeah.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Peebly.
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones.
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson.
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson.
Yes.
Mayor Stewart.
Yes, motion carries. Number 4, council to approve the first reading of ordinance number 2017-01, amending the annual operating budget for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2016, ending to June 30th, 2017. This is the capital outlay on the police car that we purchased.
It was not budgeted.
It was not budgeted, so we have to amend the budget to that effect. So do I hear a motion to pass this ordinance on first reading?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Discussion? Call roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Peebly.
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones.
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson.
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson.
Yes.
Mayor Stewart.
Yes, motion carries. All right, number 5, Council Asbury Park. I think, Ms. Lawson, did you have?
Yeah, well, fall season is fixing to start and, we need to figure out who is going to be, over, like, doing the fields, mowing, dragging, and opening the fields, turning the lights on for the people that's going to be practicing and things like that. I know we had a lot of issues last year, and things like that. I know we don't have those same issues as before, but, we need to, I don't know if the street department's gonna do it, are we gonna hire somebody like we have in the past?
Are you wanting somebody just kind of seasonal for that?
Yeah, is that what we're looking into? What are we gonna, what's the
That's what
plans?
happened.
You know,
That's what
I know
happened
David
last
and those guys are busy.
They are, and me and David talked about that, and David talked to, who's the?
Jerry?
Jerry. And they were going to try to get somebody, or I recommend somebody to do that job. Did they ever talk to you?
Nobody has spoken with me, that's why I thought maybe it was a good idea to bring it up. I didn't know if David would be here this evening or not. I was over there over the weekend, me and Jake went over there and practiced some, and, you know, it's just getting that time,
Getting that
you
time.
know, and I went to the baseball meeting the other day, Jerry had a coaches meeting, and I went, and I told Jerry, I said, you know, nobody can practice, like, team-wise on the fields until our money is paid, you know, like our insurance money is paid. And which Jerry knows that, you know, Jerry is very aware of all those things. But, you know, I told him, I said, we will not turn the lights on until they have insurance. So, but we just need to kind of have a plan in place. I mean, it's warm weather.
It's time.
You know,
It is. It's
and
coming on us fast.
And it's gonna happen, and they're gonna wanna go over there, and, I mean, there's some things that need to be done over there, you know? So we need, I just kinda wanted to bring it up to see what our plans were to go forward. I don't wanna kinda be running behind, you know,
Yes.
on the whole situation.
Now, when it officially does practice, I guess, start? Is it, you know, is that 1st of March, middle of March?
The games will start the 1st of April.
Oh, 1st of April is when it
The
starts.
game, yeah,
The
the
games
league
start,
starts.
not the practice.
Yeah, the practice people
I know
watch.
on the high school level, they actually started practicing all spring sports today.
So, I mean, okay, so probably shooting at the 1st of March,
Yeah.
probably in that time frame to get everything up and going.
Right, and that's why I figured we would have a, you know, before we had another meeting, you know, when they start turning their money into Jerry is when they get,
They want to start getting on
they
field.
get a practice time.
Okay.
And obviously, there's a limited amount of field time for everybody, so we need to get on this.
Right, and with it still being dark, you know, they'll want the lights turned on. So, I mean, you have to have a designated person to be over there, and you know, last year when we had an employee that was working, it was easier for him to be over there, or, you know, somebody be there to turn the lights on.
Yeah, that's something that we'll have to, Lloyd, we'll have to get with David
Do
and
you have somebody in mind?
I do not, I don't, I really don't, and that's why I was wondering if maybe you did, or if the street
Is this something we
department,
should advertise for?
or if the street department was going to, because I didn't know if Jerry did,
Well,
or if David.
He did say, he talked to Jerry, and my understanding, Jerry, maybe he didn't say this, but was going to get back with David on somebody that he would recommend for doing the job.
Well, and I didn't know, I mean, how many hours is it going to be,
I'd have
you
to talk to
know?
David, he's not here.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
yeah.
but, yeah, I know, I mean, Beth, you would know more than Patrick, you've been over there more associated with it than I have. You know, when it's going hot and heavy, and it's, you know, grass is growing good, it's raining, and you've got games, it's probably at least, what, Lloyd, 30, 32 hours a week, probably, time you mow grass, weed eat, clean up, line the field.
It's a pretty good job.
That's what I'm saying, it's probably at least a 32-hour job.
Because they're gonna play ball over there 4 days a week.
That's what I'm saying, and plus you've got tournaments.
Right, so
that
you need
comes along.
somebody that can drag the ball field for at least 4 days a week. So I mean, whether they have to mow or not, you still have to drag it and
Right.
line it 4
Line
days
it
a
and
week.
drag it, you have to clean up, and you have to make sure everything's stocked, and make sure
Right.
everything, I understand, it's
And we need dirt. I mean, I don't know who that needs to go to, but those fields need dirt bad. So, I mean, I know, I've been over there for years and have picked up many of truckloads of gravel off of those ball fields myself. And you can drag it at all you want to drag, you're still going to drag up
rock.
rocks over there. So, I mean, it needs dirt. And I know we have money in the recreation budget for other plans that was set aside for money in there. But if we don't do nothing else this spring before April 1st, we need truckloads of dirt over there.
That's probably a dirt sand mixture, I'd say, isn't it?
Yeah, it needs to be some good dirt.
Yeah, dirt and sand, probably dirt and sand too, isn't it, Patrick? A little bit of both?
On the higher levels, it would be.
Yeah,
I'm not as familiar with the Little League.
Yeah, but you'll need a little sand
You'll
in it.
need
Brick
some,
dust.
you'll need some.
Brick dust,
Brick
yeah.
dust.
You'll need a little
clay
something in there.
And some other mixtures on top of that.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll,
Yeah.
if you'll get that, we'll find out where we can find some of that.
Yeah,
and
we need
we'll-
some clean dirt. I know what she's talking about, the rocks and stuff, it's not good.
Yeah, and
And it's always been like that.
It
yeah,
has.
we'll try to find out who who's a vendor for dirt? Good baseball field
I
dirt.
think we need to be looking at, like Beth said, maybe the Harrison seasonal for a job.
Yeah, we do.
I don't think they've been going to have time to take care of it.
No, but we've got, that's a budgeted item already for a seasonal person, so it's just a matter of finding the right person for that. And one of us will see David here pretty soon and and get with Jerry and see if he has anybody. If not, then we'll go further.
I'll talk to David.
We'll definitely have to have somebody in place, we're talking 2 weeks. Next couple of weeks, we'll have to get somebody in there and we'll try to figure out where to get the dirt from. And we'll try to get that done, because like I said, you're right, it's coming on us fast.
Well, and too, you don't just need, you can't just dump a load of dirt over there and leave it.
No, it's gotta be-
Because then the kids get, or
Yeah.
whatever, and
It's
it
what they
has
worked
to be
in.
done, dropped and done, so.
Okay, we will get with them and get that started and try to find somebody as soon as possible and get that ball rolling. Sure will. Thank you, Beth, for bringing that up. Like I said, I really didn't think about it, but it's time.
Yeah, it's time, and
It's
yesterday
coming
it
on.
was 70 degrees, and I know there was people over there yesterday and, playing and stuff like that. There's people over there today when I left school, so, it's just one of those things that we're grateful that we have, that people can use.
Right, and it's times are getting on us.
Oh, yeah, and I know David has been going by and, unlocking it as he comes into work. And then, the police department has been unlocking it. I don't know if that's something we're gonna continue to do. I unlocked it Saturday. Some people had called and asked me, and it just so happened that I told them, I said, well, I'm actually on my way over there. So I unlocked it Saturday because nobody, David don't
Yeah.
work on the weekends. So, we really need to look into that too, if, I don't know who all has keys. I just so happened to call over here the other day and ask for a set of keys, so I could, if, help
Yeah.
out or whatever. I don't mind to do it because I go to work that way
Right.
and, stuff. So I unlocked it on my way, because we were going over there to practice. And, but that's another thing, unlocking and,
Well, that might be, when we find a seasonal person, that will be part of that seasonal person's duties, is to unlock it of a morning, and they'll have to, that'll be part of their job to lock it at night. So that'll be part of their, we can make that part of their job, then one person is designated to take care of that.
right.
So if it's not done, we know who's not supposed to do it, who didn't do it.
Yeah, and it wasn't no big deal, for me. We come back through later that evening and I noticed it wasn't locked and I just, pulled in there and he got out and locked the gate.
Okay,
It's not a
that's
big
fine.
deal for any of
Yeah.
us to help out.
Yeah. Appreciate that. Like I said, we will have to get on that pretty quick. Thank you. Okay, any other business to come before the board? Okay, do I hear a motion we adjourn?
Make a motion.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.